Hey, this is Politics with Laura. This is Politics with Laura. And I got a different one for you today. I like that instrumental. I do. Okay, I'm just making sure that everything is right. Everything is right so you could hear me. Okay, I got two things. I was going to say two things on a docket, but I got two things I'm going to talk about. Prince William and Princess Kate, are they ready to rule the Commonwealth? Are they ready? And is the United States taking an economical nosedive? Now, I'm sitting here thinking about Prince William, and you're probably thinking, hey, Politics with Laura, why are you thinking about Prince William? What's happened across the pond? We got chaos over here. Well, what happens over in the UK or what the Commonwealth, the land of the Commonwealth, it does affect the United States. It does. Because people of the Commonwealth are leaving their lands and the rule of the UK or the Commonwealth, or shall I say, the royals and the land in which they own, they're leaving that and they're coming to the United States. Yes, and that's how it affects us. And then we're looking at the economical downturn through, okay, I've been talking about illegal immigration. I've been talking about that a lot. But I haven't really spoke too much about the countries, where they're coming from, and do they have royal rulers? And if they do, then we might need to take a look at that. Okay, now. All right, Prince William. Now, I remember reading before Queen Elizabeth passed, headlines in the Mirror, and yeah, it was tabloids, tabloid headlines, tabloid articles. True. But however, tabloids have their pulse on to what's being said. Now, it recently been uncovered that that through the tabloids, the royals were getting information out without actually coming out and saying, as Prince William came out and said, there are too many people on earth. I mean, he came out and said that, but we're not, but they didn't come out and say, oh, well, I'm ready to rule, I'm ready to be king. Well, I must say, but I must say, the proof is in the pudding. Now you have countries in the Commonwealth after when Queen Elizabeth II passed said, okay, now, no, I'm ready to go. Make me a republic. No, him. Okay, look, King Charles is on his last leg. Now his mother. Oh, I forgot to put the stream thing up. Now his mother, Queen Elizabeth, held on to power. She was walking around with cancer and still ruling. Prince Philip had cancer, allegedly had cancer. It came out that they did allegedly. I don't know, but they were not in the greatest health, and they ruled. Now you have King Charles. He spent 74 years watching his mother, and he spent 50 of those years watching her rule. Now that he has an opportunity to rule, he's not. He's too sick. Now you have Prince William, the third, or now the second line, and the second line in the throne to rule the Commonwealth. Where is he at? Prince William, or as some people lovingly call him, Willie. Where is he at? Now, I gotta say, I found some articles a year or two ago to where you see the Commonwealth, the countries in the Commonwealth are like, look, Jamaica said this twice. Once when Prince Andrew went to Jamaica, and the president of Jamaica said, hey, check this out. We want reparations. We want our money. You're living high on a hog. You got all these diamonds. Where are you getting these diamonds from? Because the diamonds, they don't come from where you are. And we know that you didn't pay for them. I'm only just saying what people say. Okay. We know that you didn't pay for them. And you got all the, the specter, the tiaras, the crown, the crowns. You have all this stuff. And they're coming from here and you never paid for it. Not only that, our money goes to your banks and then you give us money. It's a mess. It is a complete mess. And they're like, no. Matter of fact, let me give you one example of what I'm talking about. I mean, it's really something. Let me see, let me bring this up. Okay, now right here, they come straight out. Barbados is coming out saying, look, the chains are broken. Okay, let us go. Release us. I'm like, wow. Wow. Okay. I thought that was quite interesting. But let's get into the thick of it. Here, let me make sure. Okay, check this out. Why do Caribbean countries want to leave the monarchy now? And this right here is in, I believe this is Jamaica. But of the 14 countries beyond the UK that retain Queen Elizabeth II head of state, at least 6 in the Caribbean want out. Yeah, I can't get rid of this. Now, this right here was 2 years ago, April 28th, 2022. Officials, at least in 6 countries in the Caribbean, where British Queen Elizabeth II is the head of state. So, in other words, let me go ahead and make this very, very clear. Very clear, so people have an understanding of what I'm saying. In some places, you can't even execute a criminal. They did something so heinous that the judge said, okay, you're going to lose your life over capital punishment. Now, they can't do it without now King Charles signing off on it, and then they can do it. So the king or the queen is the head of state. They're the president, the everything of that country. Now, you may have a prime minister or a president, whatever it may be, but that's just ceremonial. They can't do anything unless if they say so. They hold elections over the people to say, we want this person to represent us, and then they'll talk to the queen or the king. That's what it is. Yeah, I know. Rough, isn't it? So whenever Queen Elizabeth went to Jamaica, she was touching her land, Barbados, her land, uh, Barbados, her land, Grenada, I can't remember the name, Belize, her land, or his land now. All right. Okay. Has signaled they intended to remove the monarch from their sovereign. These countries follow Barbados, which removed the queen as the head of state to become a the region's newest republic in November 2021. I remember when that happened. Now, they removed her, but they're still part of the Commonwealth. Wait a minute. They're still part of the Commonwealth, but the queen is not the head over them, if that makes any sense. But I found it quite interesting. Okay, look, Barbados is not in any position to be able to lead itself economically. It cannot support its people because they don't generate enough revenue to take care of the people and generate enough money to employ people to do everything what they do. So they're still under the Commonwealth, but Queen or King Charles is not their head of state. They're a republic. For an example, the United States. If the United States was not united by a federal government, each state would be its independent country. And some people sort of forget that. So Europe, I'm going to deviate for a second. Many of you believe that Americans are not well traveled. We are. We are. Do you understand how big the United States is? I don't think you do. To go from the East Coast to the West Coast, if you were driving, would take you maybe 7 to 10 days, depending on how long you could drive. To get through Texas takes 24 hours. That's huge. Now, keep in mind, the United States has 4 seasons, and the climate is completely different, and we're culturally different. And we also speak English a little bit different here and there. English is the official language, but we speak different dialects, things of that sort. So we are well traveled. So if I go to California, I went on vacation. You may not see that because everything there, you could, somebody said they could go to Germany and just go to Germany and France. It takes like what, 40 minutes? Well, I can drive the DMV area. Okay, DMV, in case if you don't know what that means, District of Columbia, Virginia, and Maryland. It can take me 40 minutes just to drive through those 3 areas. And that's not even going deep into Maryland or deep into Virginia. Just to get through the DMV area. Yeah. Okay. But I digress on that point. Back to what I was saying. Let me go back to the article. So they're like, look, we want out. And plus, who may be king soon? Nope. Oh, no. Prince William? He's not ready. Oh, no. There's a lot of issues right there. And I see it falling, not pebble by pebble. I see it falling bricks by bricks, falling down. Okay. The calls made over the course of the past 2 months have come as members of the British royal family made 2 separate trips to the Caribbean this year, drawing protest at every stop. Prince Edward and Princess or Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, will wrap up their legs of the 6-day Caribbean trip. Well, it's their land, so they call it a trip. I don't know. I'm going to leave that alone. Thursday, after visiting the Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucius, and St. Vincent's and the what is that? Grenadines. I never heard of that. A planned stop in Grenada and was postponed. Buckingham Palace. They'll probably say, "Hey, yo, come on, come back. The people are not happy with us. We'll do it some other time." So I thought that was quite interesting. But this is what I found interesting. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge visited Belize and Jamaica and and Bermuda in March. Now, they said Belize and Jamaica called for a formal apology by the royals for their family's role in the enslavement and brutalization of the Africans and demanded reparations. Now, some may say, and what's his name? Prince Andrew said, "Oh well, it's not time for that." Excuse me, can I help you out, Prince Andrew? What do you mean it's not time for that? You had no. It was time when those lands, and I'm not going to get into too much of this. Just make blanket statements. Now, some of you may be upset. Don't take it out on me. Take it on the people who did it. Okay. I'm just sort of just revisiting it. And if you can't handle what history is and how people live due to the history, that's a you problem. And some people make, okay, I'm not even going to go there, but history is what history is. So Belize, and they're like, look, you need to pay us because you have something called unjust enrichment. You were made extremely wealthy for free labor. And now we're like, hey, you need to right this wrong. And Prince William, he's not ready for that smoke. He isn't. Princess Kate, she's not ready for that smoke. She's not. He's not. The royal families left because the people are like, we're sick of this. We're sick of this. We belong to a commonwealth, and it still looks the same like 300 years ago. We still got dirt roads. I mean, you're doing nothing. We give you money from our banks every year, and then you give us back the money. You keep the interest, but you give us back the money for us to be able to pay here and there to upkeep the island, but we are 300 years back in the past. We want to be like Singapore. Singapore is rocking. We could be rocking like Singapore, but you're not investing in us. Now, with that, I'm going to deviate for a second because I need you to understand where Prince Harry and Princess Meghan is coming from. You can tell you can tell a landlord and how they care about the people. I'm sorry, you can tell a landlord how it cares about its land and the people that live on the land by how they keep it up. Now, when Princess Meghan was saying what she was facing a lot of discrimination. And I'm not even going to say the R word because you're going to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Don't want to hear it. Look at the Commonwealth and the country of the Commonwealth. And then you tell me, I don't care what you say. I care about what you do. Saying and doing are two different things. This is what you think, and this is what you act on. So you can sit there and say no discrimination, but look at, okay? How about that? That's my only point on that. Now, back to Prince William. Now, I've seen some articles saying that Prince William wasn't ready to rule because of outdated information. No, I'm like, no. No. Oh, I don't have it. I thought I had it. No, it's not. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to sit there. No, wait a minute. You can't get anyone to believe that Prince William received information that is no longer here for the time. No, that right there is poppycock. No, it may be because Prince William, there might be an issue with him. Now, it's coming out that he has a temper. Now, you can't have a temper and be a ruler. They don't mix. If you are the head of state, you must have a cool head. You can't be flipping off the you can't be flipping into a rage. And no, that makes a bad ruler, a bad monarch. No, you got to keep a cool head and to be able to manage all of your properties. It's just that simple. Now, let me see. Where is it? Now, they want to leave. Okay, let me bring this up. Now, this right here is quite. Now, Prince William now owns a prison and a cricket ground after becoming one of British largest or biggest landowners. Like I said, the monarch. You can't make this stuff up. Look at that big old smile. He's like, yes, they got all this land. Yes. What are you doing with it, Prince William? You got a big old smile receiving all that money. Okay. Now this is interesting. Okay. Now after when Queen Elizabeth II passed, here Prince William inherited property estate worth more than $1 billion. The Guardian said. Now I want to know, how did the Guardian know? Do they have inside information? I mean, it's one of the senior royals said, "Hey, yo, this is how much Prince William has." Yes. This is how much he inherited. No, I don't know, but he automatically inherited the Duchy of Cornwall estate after his father became king. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it. So it goes in layers. So when you are the second in line to the throne, then you get whatever the person that recently had that, and as they move up. Okay, stepping stones, I get it. King Charles himself inherited an estate at the age of 21, and it generated revenue 24 million last year. I'm going to ask one question. Just out of pure curiosity. I'm just curious. Do the royal pays taxes? I just want to know. Anyone in the UK or anyone in the Commonwealth, if you happen to come across this video, please let me know. Do the royal family pay taxes on the money that they generate from the property that they own? I mean, I think that they should, because then it would help out the people. Because not one person, okay, not one person in England, British soil, whether if you're in England, whether if you're in Scotland, Wales, there ought to be not one homeless person. Not one. I'm just saying, because if you own over, like Prince William inherited $1 billion worth of property. He inherited that. And King Charles, and keep in mind that that article is 2 years old, received $25 million in revenue just on one of the properties. Do the people benefit from what money they make? Just a thought. Please let me know if it's yay or nay. And if you get upset with me, don't get upset with me. You're getting upset with the wrong person. Get upset with them. Just a thought. Okay. Okay. Here. Prince William has become one of Britain's largest landowners after inheriting the Duchy of Cornwall, the largest portfolio privately owned land assets. He also inherited the Prince of Wales, the title after the Queen died, as well as the estate was valued over $1 billion in March, The Guardian reported. The estate's owners more than 28,000 acres across England and Wales, including becoming properties, homeowner forests, rivers, coastline include. I wonder, okay, 28,000 acres, right? There's a lot of acres. Now, I got one question. Do people reside on the property that he owns? And if they do reside on it, do they pay him rent? I mean, just or do they own the house that is on the land but not the land? I mean, it goes all different types of ways. It's just a thought that I have, including the Oval Cricket Grounds, South London, Dartmoor Prison. Oh wow! And the mineral rights to the tin mine in Cornwall. Just a thought that I had. I mean, I'm just finding it quite interesting. Okay, wait a minute. I got the answer. Prince Charles pays income tax of 45% on the estate revenues, according to its annual report, which amounts to $26 million per report. Over 26 million per the report. He was not liable. What? He was not liable for paying taxes on the duchy. It's not registered company, but King Charles voluntarily did. Okay. That makes you decent. That makes you decent. You got to pay taxes to help the people, because if you're not paying taxes, then you're just a terrible person. All right. I mean, I just found that quite interesting. But now let me go on the other side of the pond, the United States. The United States, we are, because I'm in the United States, the US, the United States of America, the United States, the corporation, whatever you want to call it. We are in huge trouble. And it's to the point to where it is a joke. Now we're looking at these politicians, and the politicians that we have, the most powerful is Congress. They're the most powerful because they make the laws, the president executes the laws, and the judiciary, what they simply do is see, is it constitutional, and does it violate the Constitution? There's supposed to be checks and balances, right? I don't see the checks and I don't see the balances. I just see a whole lot of chaos, fighting, backbiting, and taking a constitution and bending it and twisting it to whatever they wish it to be. Now, it's at the point to where it's like in your face. It's in your face. You have President Biden, whom has broke so many different laws. And you could say, politics with Laura, he's my president. He's all of our presidents. And he didn't do those things. Look, we have evidence. The evidence is out there. Now, if you choose to ignore what is right in front of you because you deal with identity politics instead of simply being an American, right? And putting America first, right? If you see only Joe Biden, but you don't see Joe Biden representing the office of the presidency and what he is doing, allowing 30 million illegal aliens coming here and putting Americans out of their homes. And I had a conversation with a woman, and look, people who immigrate here will never understand this. You never will, because it doesn't pertain to you, because you came here legally and you got the American dream, or shall I say the illusion of American dream. So you're not looking at it from a native born that has been here for generations, families that has been here for generations. And you see people coming here illegally, and your rights no longer exist. You have people that have zero rights. They're not even acknowledged. They have no type of, how can I say, true status. Politics with Laura, how can you say that? That's what it is. You have a certain faction of the political party. You have three parties. Well, I get a couple more, but the other ones are, I hate to say, a non-factor in this situation because they don't have enough people in order to even make a dent. So you really have two, Democrat and Republican. Now, I'm an independent, a proud independent. But you have the Democrats that have taken a constitution and they took the state constitution, because there are really 51 constitutions. Each state has its own constitution, and then you have a federal constitution that binds all the states together. Now, if you didn't know, now you know. You can come here, which I have seen. I talk to people, whether if you speak English or not, are here illegally, but I said this several times. They got a voter registration card. Look, you need to be a citizen in order to vote. Now, this is, how can I try this? This is what a voter covering the information. This right here is what a voter thing looks like in a DMV area. Small little thing, right? Well, many people that have come here legally, it took them to become a naturalized citizen in order to vote. Now you can get off the plane or however way you got here, And you can get a voter registration card along with a driver's license. They didn't even bother taking a freaking test. It's just given to them. And because the Democrats have a slight edge of power, they're doing these things. And they're going back and forth between the Republicans and the Democrats within the House of Representatives. They're fighting back and forth. Now, conservatives who were like, look, Democrats, I know you want to be We Are the World. And that song was written about you because we are the world. We can't afford this. We can't afford to be We Are the World. We cannot afford to absorb 30 million people. We cannot continuously be a money printing machine for the ukulele country because they picked a fight with rushing waters. And yes, they picked the fight with the, how can I say, the help of Joe Biden by overthrowing the president, the elected President Poroshenko got rid of him, and now you got Zelensky. Overthrew it, destabilized it. You can look it up. Look it up. Happened in 2013 while he was vice president. Yes. Check it out. Continuously giving money. Now you have issues over there in the Middle East. We can't afford it. And we, the taxpayers, have to flip the bill for this. Look, you're not even asking us, the people that pay the taxes that's going to all these places. We can't afford it. We can't afford what's going on. We truly can't. Now, you're going to say politics with Laura. You know, you're terrible. You are xenophobic. No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of strangers. I married a stranger. So you could kill that label right there. You could kill it right there. That label doesn't apply to me. You could, whatever. But we can't afford it. Now, all these major cities. Oh. And back to what the woman was telling me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to deviate from that point. Back what the woman was telling me. She was telling me she's from Trinidad. She was saying, well, all these people can come because they're only taking jobs that Americans don't want. What? That right there is a Democratic talking point. And then this is what I always get. Well, I'm not political. Yes, you are. You're speaking Democratic talking points. You make your point and you walk away because you don't want anyone to respond to you because you truly either do not understand what's going on because you don't have a vested interest in the most people that immigrate here, the first or second generation, do not have a vested interest in the United States of America. They don't. They have a vested interest of the country in which they come from, where a lot of the monies that they make, they send back to their countries. And you know it's true. It's the third generation that puts America first. That's true. So when she was saying that, that Americans don't want those jobs, that isn't true. You just had a company that fired, what was it, 32,000 people that worked for these these companies that pack food that are slaughterhouses that are in all these different places, they fired them to only hire 52,000 illegal migrants. And I want to help you out with something. Those of you who came here illegally, you don't understand the trick bag that you're in. Man, look, you don't understand. You're being used, booed, and tattooed, and you haven't woken up from your drunken state yet. You haven't seen the tattoo on your forehead that I screwed myself over because I was drunk. Okay? Wait until you read it. And when you look in the mirror and read it, it's going to look a little strange because it's opposite direction. You won't be able to read it. Look, you think you're making a lot of money and you're able to go to the emergency room because the United States, they have to help you in some, at least in a way of the emergency room. Now, doctors in clinics and private practices, if you don't have health insurance or a way to pay them, they are not obligated to see you. So you're not looking at the big picture. You're not, because you're not paying in to any of the things that you should. And you're not going to get it because you're too busy thinking that you're getting free stuff. Can I tell you something? Freedom is not free. It comes at a cost. And you uprooted yourself from your land and you come here, you have no idea who took your place in your land. Look at Africa. Oh, yeah, I'm going to pick on you, Africans. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm going to pick on you because you all do the same thing. You leave your land. You don't even buy. Okay. I'm talking to this half. I'm not talking to the other half because there are two types of people that migrate to the United States. That one that offers something to the economy and to the government. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that never even bothered to get everything what they could from the country in which they originated from. Like the bare bone minimum, a high school diploma. Some of you have it. Many of you don't. And then you come to the United States saying, United States, you need to educate me. My government's bad. You never even bother to work with your government. You always say that your government's corrupt. Look, all governments have no problem taking money from people that open a business. They have no problem taking tax money from people that are working because it generates an economy. So you want to come to the United States, say, hey, give me free health care. Give me. This is where I have a problem. And many Americans have a problem. Many naturalized citizens have a problem because you come with your hand out. You don't come and say, I have this degree. For whatever reason, I didn't do it in my country, but I'm going to do it here because I offer something that no one in the United States thought of or able to do. So they're basically saying that there are 30 million people that came here illegally that offers the United States something, the government, that many Americans have not even thought of. That's the problem right there. Now, some may feel, politics with Laura, that's terrible. What you're saying is harsh. No, it's not harsh. What you're doing is harsh. And then you turn around and whenever I say you, I'm saying you in general to the people that it applies to. So if what I say and you get hit and you're hurt, then yeah, I'm talking about you too. Yeah, you. Hmm. You. That's why the United States is going downhill because too much money. You got people coming here that they came here in damn flip flops. I mean, how do you wait a minute? How do you get on a plane with flip flops and you don't even look? You don't even know the type of weather you're coming to. You don't even know. It is so outrageous. Now, I around here, man, I live in a sanctuary city, and the foolishness that I see is beyond comprehension. I'm going to the Giant, and it was cold out, and I see this guy in a t-shirt because he got on a plane where it was hot out in the tropics, and he comes up here with a short sleeve shirt and some shorts. The poor guy was shivering, and I'm looking at him like, it just so happened that day I decided to take public transportation, which I really don't like doing because, you get a lot of foolishness. But I'm looking at this guy. Oh, and Americans, liberals, you want people come here illegally, they need to be in your area. Stop dropping them off in black areas because we never asked. No, this is your thing. We are the world. Put them in your area. Put them out in the suburbs where you're at. Don't put them in the inner cities. Stop doing that ignorant stuff. Jerks. But they say that Americans don't take jobs. Uh these illegal immigrants are taking jobs that Americans don't take. Okay, number one, that's not true. Number two, what you're not realizing, a lot of these jobs are being taken over by artificial intelligence. In case if you're not understanding what I'm saying, artificial intelligence, I don't mean a freaking robot. No, I don't mean a robot. No, what I mean is, oh, I've got to change got to into what I was saying. Oh man. Okay. So, okay. Self-checkout is artificial intelligence. That means that you don't need a person to man it. You just need one person just to overlook, to fix things in case if something breaks down. Go to the grocery store, self-checkout. You go to the bank, you don't have to go to the teller. You just simply go, put your ATM card in a machine and take money out, put money in, put checks in. You don't even have to talk to the woman. In some banks, they have no one there. You could pick up a phone and make a phone call. Okay? So stop saying that it's not the jobs that Americans don't that you're taking the jobs that Americans don't want. That's a freaking lie. Stop perpetuating that lie because it is a lie. There are people that have professional jobs. Matter of fact, what 3 years ago, I went into a bank and there was a guy that was a licensed therapist and he's working at a bank. Um, he took a job that you're saying that Americans don't want. Again, BS. That's BS big time. So, Democrats, liberals, AOC, stop talking that ignorant stuff. And people like AOC, I can't do nothing but shake my head at you. For you to be American, you are so anti-American. big time anti-American. When I look at Ilhan Omar, yes, you're big time anti-American, and also you're named in a lawsuit as far as being an asset for Qatar and Iran. I don't even know why you were even on any committee. Period. I don't know why you haven't been kicked out of Congress. I don't know why you're not being that the FBI is not talking to you. Just a thought. That's just what I'm wondering. Just wondering that. And the fact that Americans are okay with the decay and the economical nosedive of the United States to save face that you're woke. Now, woke actually meant something. Now you're just taking that word and bastardize it to mean nothing. And I don't know if that was done on purpose or not. I'm not quite sure. It meant that you were woke to what's going on and you want to do something to fix it. Now, these knuckleheads took the word, bastardized it, and it means to destroy what we have here. Now, you're going to say, politics with Laura, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. If you're going to write that, prove me wrong. Don't say it. Don't say, well, you're wrong. No, prove it. Because I gave you several examples that you have seen that this country is in a nosedive. You got send a whole lot of people here. Many people are coming here illegally for jobs, for work. They don't even bother to build their own country. They don't even bother to send people to school to make their country better. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. That's too much like doing right. That's too much like doing right. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to build my own country up? I just want to take money from, and people said this to me. People said this. I'm like, you can't make this sugar honey iced tea up. At least you're being honest. To me, they said that I just come here to work. And I'm like, but you're a citizen, right? Yeah. Well, you're going to fight in war. No, I'm not going to fight in no war. Oh, yes, you are. You gave up your citizenship. No, I didn't give up my citizenship. I'm still a citizen of my country. I'm like, how does that work? How do you leave your country and you gain citizenship in another country, but you maintain citizenship in your country? That doesn't make any sense. That means I'm tired of this country. I'm no longer doing anything whatsoever for my country of origin. I'm going to become a citizen of another country to where I'm going to allege life, liberty, and property. And that's exactly what the United States is. Life, liberty, and property. That's what it guarantees you. That's what you're gaining. You left that. You said, I don't want that. I want it here. So I pledge of allegiance, because when you raised your hand and you said, and you gave that allegiance, that oath, unless if you were doing this and you didn't mean it, it doesn't matter, because you still, if they draft you, you still got to fight for this country. Now, what's going to be interesting, I'm back to illegal immigrants. Now, what's going to be interesting is, what are these illegal aliens, immigrants? Look, liberals, just stick with the language at hand. Stop coming up with something different to make yourself feel better because you don't like it the way it sounds. It is what it is. I wonder if these people that are here illegally, what are they willing to do to stay here? Are they willing to fight for this country? Because it's most definitely coming up. Or are you here for a soft coup to take over? It's something to think about. But is Prince William, is he ready to rule? Nope. I don't believe he is. I mean, just the fact that they're saying that Prince William he's too like this, and Princess Catherine is real calm. Well, she has to be calm. I mean, she can't just defend herself from him. I mean, goodness gracious. Here, Prince William, try that mess from from a poor woman. It ain't gonna go down like that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm only just saying what they're putting out there. And as far as the United States going economically downhill, we are, because we have something called the modern monetary method, whatever it is. That's where you just print money and print money and print money and print money and print money. Now, the only way I can see that happening is if there's something called no money. Then you can sit there and print all the monopoly money you want. It doesn't mean anything if that's what they're trying to express to the people. I don't know. Something to think about. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please like, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, please like. You could comment. But if you comment, please say something besides "you're a liar." That is, how can I say? You can't even debate off that. You can't even have an argument, but not an argument, but you can't even have a discussion. Zero. So why don't you put something like, okay, you lie because is the extension to add on where I lied. Just a thought. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. Now, one thing you can never get back is time. You could print all the money up in the world you want. You can do all sorts of things, but one thing you'll never get back is time. Time, every second, is a moment in eternity. You never get it back. So, on that note, I want to thank you.